Hi, in this video we will understand about how cannabinoid can decrease the inflammation and how it is the beneficial effect can create. So what is the side effect and what is the benefit? Let's begin to understand. Basically, the cannabinoid is the cannabis, which that is the chemical compound naturally occurring in the higher amount in the marijuana plant. So remember, the cannabis is basically the cannabis plant contain a lot of chemicals like cannabidiol, THC, and the other cannabinoid chemicals. But remember, the most cannabinoid chemical will inhibit the inflammation. How it is possible? Basically, whenever we will consume the cannabinoid, the cannabis in the form of smoking, in the form of any drink, or in the form of anything, so it is the drug like quality, and this basically will inhibit the some neurons which that will be firing for the sympathetic nervous system or parasympathetic nervous system. So the parasympathetic nervous system will be increased due to the vagal nerve function, and more appetite will be increased, and that is the other reason. But remember, the cannabis is basically a cannabinoid will inhibit the inflammation due to the inhibit of the our reaction of the immune system during the coughing, during the sneezing, or during the influenza virus or other virus. So that is why the cannabinoid will inhibit the immune response. In this way, the inflammation will be decreased, and the inflammation when decrease, the basically the clearance of the pathogenicity will be decreased. In this way, the side effect is that whenever you will consume the cannabinoids, these cannabinoids will basically inhibit the activity of the immune system, and in this way the inflammation will be inhibited, but the pathogenicity will be pathogen will easy to replicate and it's easy to grow, and the immune response will be not occur. That is the side effect. So we should don't consume too much cannabinoids chemical in the form of smoking or something. So that is why basically sometime you consume for immune regulation function, but too much consumption will lead to cause many complications. For example, the inflammation is decreased, that is a beneficial effect can be create, per pathogenicity basically is the affinity of pathogen replication will be increased. So that is the side effect behind the cannabinoid consumer peoples. So the cannabinoids is basically harmful when you will chronically consume, and in this way the completely inflammation inhibition will lead to cause many complications, because inflammation is the demand of our body to get the immune response quickly to clear the pathogens and clear the infection. But whenever you will basically whenever you will consume the cannabinoids, so the inflammation will be decreased, and the other basically the other immune regulation due to the nervous system alteration will lead to decrease the inflammation, and the cannabinoid chemical will basically the inflammatory inhibitor. So the anti-inflammatory characters, anti-inflammatory properties of the cannabinoid. But sometime whenever you will you consume the cannabinoid during the pathogen infection time, you should prevent the cannabinoid choosing, because you should cure with your own body and get the immune response to get more production of antibodies. But remember, the some autoimmune disorder like erythematosis, the myasthenia gravis, or other immune disorder, autoimmune disorder can be prevented by the immune response, the immunoregulatory inhibition. The immune response inhibition will lead to cure. Basically, the autoimmune disorder is that which that our own antigen, our own tissue will be antigen, and against our own tissue the immunoglobulin production via a B memory cell. So that will be inhibit, and in this way the lupus erythematosus or other the rheumatoid arthritis or glomerular nephritis or other type of disease which that will be inhibit the inflammatory bowel disease or other type of inflammatory disease which that is due to the autoimmune disorder. So autoimmune disorder will be decreased due to the cannabinoid using, but sometimes it can be helpful but sometimes is not, because whenever you will going to the non-chronic for a duration, for example the influenza virus, you should prevent that things, because chronic inflammatory disease is require the cannabinoid for getting the health benefit from the cannabinoid. So that is why the cannabinoid is a chemical which that is come from the cannabis plant, and in this way it will be health property already. Obviously health properties has the more health property, but the chronic inflammation inhibition is good, but the some duration of the inflammation like the fever, cough, sneezing or other type of immune disorder, inflammation like COVID-19 or other type of infection, which that should be get the immune response to clear easily, and during that time we should don't consume. But whenever the chronic inflammatory autoimmune disorder require the cannabinoid to inhibit the inflammation, so the anti-inflammatory properties will work for this purpose. So in this way you can consume the cannabinoid if you want, but I don't care about that. I just addressing the knowledge about the cannabinoid, so that is okay. And it's your own business to consume or not consume, because I am not consumer of cannabinoids, but just I am understanding about the cannabinoid chemical. So basically the endocannabinoid system in our body will work, and the endocannabinoid system you can learn from my video. I am making handwritten tutorial about the biomedical science. If you want to learn about that, you can search in the YouTube search bar to write the endocannabinoid system with the endocannabinoid system Muhammad Umar Farooq biology. So you can find that videos, or I will give the link in description below. You can understand well from that. But remember, the endocannabinoid system will work for the anti-inflammatory process. So the cannabinoids, the cannabis will more trigger the anti-inflammation, and the immune system modulation and immune system regulation will lead to inflammation inhibition by this mechanism. So thanks for watching. I hope you make sense about that video, and I am also making the handwritten tutorial. As usual, you can watch that and learn about the biomedical science. If you are a biomedical student or expert or professional, you can learn a lot of things about the biomedical science and bioscience. So thanks for watching for this time. See you in the next video. Thanks. Bye.